Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boys back with another one. Your boy Fonda Villain. To my left, we got the homie Toast. What's up, man?
Hey everyone, it's me, Lack. So grateful to be here as always, and thank you everyone for watching, tuning in, and like I always say, you're new here, welcome. And like you're returning, you signed a lease, you're stuck here with us,
Staying.
at least for the next hour. And if you noticed, yeah, we've been posting shorts and things on our YouTube and stuff, so definitely check that out.
Hey.
If you're not already on Instagram, you're on Instagram. You got the preview. You got all the exclusive stuff. So
got everything.
Yeah. With that being said, yeah, man, welcome to our little humble abode.
Welcome to the humble abode where y'all signed the lease. Like the boy Toast said, definitely go over to the Instagram. Also to the YouTube. Check out the shorts. Also go to the TikTok. Check out some of those as well. Yeah. And I think we're gonna be making a little transition. No, we're gonna be posting a lot more stuff on the TikTok. So if you really fucking with the reels, make sure that you're checking out the TikTok because it's gonna have the most up to date stuff. We might sprinkle a little stuff for you Instagram people, but that's where it's gonna be. But it's funny because we're just saying how it was like nice to come back here and have a nice little recap after the boys been go back, do our things in our space, and then just have our space to talk, man. But what else been going on with you, bro?
Bro, it's just been. So like, I think as we were talking earlier about just like I've been focusing more on the gym side of things, and just like working out more, throwing in like different routines and stuff. Kettlebells, been doing. I used to do that a lot.
Not sound fun,
bro. But now like throwing it back on back into the routine along with everything else. My shins are feeling it. I've been getting shin splints on top of jump roping. I think I need to slow down a little bit.
Dang, just take it easy,
bro.
Easy this week.
7 years ago, 20 years old, would have felt none of this. Would have not had this issue, but age is catching up to me.
The lack of his prime.
Prime lack would have been.
Did you ever squat heavy whenever you were like really working out before?
Yeah. Squatting, I feel like I used to do that twice a week, and like I love squatting because I feel like that's, to me, out of all my lifts, squatting and anything back related, they're like my two strongest lifts. But yeah,
that's fair. I never really. So whenever I was working out growing up, like I never really squatted much of anything.
Yeah,
I always saw that shit and I was like, bro, one, it looks like it hurts. Yeah, I don't know why, but it just looks like it hurts. But obviously that was like people doing dummy weight. But I've squatted, like now I enjoy squatting, but I still don't necessarily push for like any crazy PRs with it.
Yeah,
like whenever I was shout out to the boy Jew, whenever I was at his place in Orlando for a little bit, we squatted, did like 3 plates maybe.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like I would squat now and work it in with like a superset of something just to get that motion in. But nah, definitely also been trying to get back in the gym stuff. And your boy's picking up the tennis now. Bro, I've been waiting for these shoes. I finally ordered the shoes. I don't know why it's taking so long to get here. It was supposed to be a 2-day shipping thing, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm on Friday when they didn't send like the tracking information. I was like, bro, these motherfuckers are gonna tell me that it's the weekend, so now you gotta wait for the weekend to be over because they only ship on business day.
Whatever. I hate that. Bro, it's like 5 to 10 annoying. Business days.
Yeah, business days. So the weekends don't count. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, dog,
no sense. What shoes you get?
I ended up getting some Nike shoes. There was like, bro, there was these clean ass Lacoste. I was like, bro, these look. I'm go out there looking like a pro. Man, don't even play tennis. Go out there looking like a pro, but they didn't have any sizes, which was kind of like the running theme. Like every website I went to, almost couldn't find any tennis shoes in my size.
What size you wear?
Just not even like an 11 and a half.
That's not even that.
Depending, like they didn't. All of them were like ending at 8. I was like, bro, what is just? I guess all the men them are taking all the shoes. It might be that season, but
I feel like that's the most exciting part about picking up a new hobby or sport. Just
like
getting
the gear for it.
Getting the gear for it. Yeah, I remember getting my first pair of like Muay Thai gloves. Ooh. Like getting like my first pair, like anything that would, because like I was like fuck, like because using gym gloves is fucking disgusting.
I can imagine you use like the public ones,
bro. Like the communal fucking gym gloves that smells like if you train and you like you don't have your own gear, like the suffering. Like it's literally it smells your hand after you shower
Ooh.
still smells like it.
Yeah, nah, I
Yeah,
can't do that.
it's gross, bro.
I
And like they
can't.
never get, and you can't wash it because
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Power wash the inside? Like you're just.
yeah, like the foam just absorbs everything.
Ooh,
So yeah,
yeah.
man, it's
Dang, nah, I can't imagine. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much it with the workout stuff. But what we're bringing to you guys today is topic for today. Before we get into the bowl cards, having enemies, having people that don't like you. How do you handle? How do you manage with it? What's been your experience with just like going through life and realizing that you have people that are just not even just don't like you, but maybe even against you.
yeah,
Like
don't want to see you
even,
win.
yeah, like have you ever actually encountered anyone that's like that?
In my from personal experience, I haven't had like anyone that was like hardcore like against
Yeah,
me.
that was just like
Yeah, because I feel like I try not to step on too many toes when I maneuver, you know, in any space or any situation. I mean, it's usually like the typical like, oh, this guy likes this girl, but this girl likes me, and type of
so
shit.
She want me. She want me. She want me.
he's just salty about the situation. 'Cause-
Yeah, and but like it's never been like I just like somebody's like I don't want to see Lack win. I mean, maybe there is. I'm
Yeah.
sure maybe there is. I'm
Doing
sure
big
there
things,
is.
of course there are
Yeah,
people
and
out
I
there.
just don't hear about it because I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
If you're doing things for yourself in life, people are gonna notice that, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, he just doesn't give a fuck about anybody else." I feel like if you're doing anything that focuses on yourself and not giving the attention to people that are just in the space for no
Yeah.
reason, like other than like just an observer,
Mm-hmm.
they people get mad.
Yeah, people get upset
Yeah.
about that.
That's the mentality of the of like look at me, you know, like pay attention to me too. Like
Yeah.
and I just never really gave into that anyway.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that because another thing tied to that I wanted to ask was, you know how some people at least claim to use that like, oh, my enemies are my fuel, and like when I
Yeah.
think about all the haters, that's what gets me going because I want to prove
Yeah.
them wrong. Have you ever fallen into that cycle of like, man, I'm gonna show these people?
Yeah, honestly, like for me, like it just doesn't fuel me. Like because one, like I'm not seeking but like validation from them anyway. So nothing they're doing
fair.
is gonna affect me. But at the same time, like I feel like the same mindset of like, oh, like you're gonna get hated in every stage of life anyway. It only applies so far because like if the majority of the people around you dislike you or like for something that you're doing, like maybe you're not. I feel like maybe you're not doing something that's correct too.
Okay.
I see that in like like very successful people like on the internet sometimes that they did something wrong where they stick to their guns so hard, like even though like they clearly did something wrong, and they're like, oh, people are just hating just to hate.
Just to hate.
And like sometimes that is true, but like you have to take that with a grain of
Yeah,
salt.
you gotta
too.
look in the mirror, and I feel like that's such a tricky thing to go about. It's funny you said that because I don't know who it was, some random like interview I saw on Instagram or something. They said the opposite, and they're like, yo, if you're waking up every day and every single person around you is looking at you and like, yo, you're trash, or you're doing something wrong, or you're just like not on the right path or whatever. He was like, just take a look at the mirror and then take a look at them and say, yo, fuck all of you guys, because I know who I am.
Yeah.
I know who I am, and I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm doing it right. And I was like, dang. It's funny because it's a crazy, like there's definitely a crazy mindset to have.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's healthy either, because as far as like, you don't necessarily need validation from people, but if everybody is, come on, bro, you gotta look in the mirror and be like, damn, but you gotta self evaluate, and that might be the conclusion. That might be what he was saying, was like the self validation conclusion might be like, nah, you know what, I am actually doing everything right. Fuck all these niggas, that's crazy.
No, I feel like that's why you have to like to be able to have a good circle around you and like trust your circle, because like if your whole circle is telling you like, yo, that I don't think that's you should be doing that.
Stop it. Get some help.
like, like you check yourself a little, and you're like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be. Like, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be situational because like sometimes I feel like people like are doing something unique and new, and like it makes people around them like it takes away the familiarity of like that character away from the people around them. So
people that they knew,
it makes them kind of like on edge. So like I see that more with parents than more than anything.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, because like with my parents, when I told them like, yo, no, I don't want to go to med school anymore, they're like, what?
Like,
You waste that's wrong.
Yeah,
like,
something must have triggered. Like
yeah.
something's gotten into you. This
Right.
isn't lack.
Yeah, like it was, but like so that's a different scenario. But it's like if just your whole circle is just hating on what you're doing, and you can't do anything to back. Like, you can't really say anything to back yourself up. I feel like it's other than like, oh fuck everyone, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. I don't think that is a very unhealthy mindset.
That's fair, man. Having enemies, I don't think. Speaking personally, again, same thing you said.
Yeah.
At every stage, there's gonna be people that don't like you.
Yeah.
For literally nothing, and I think I've even said that before, where just people had my back just because, for literally no reason. But looking at it now, I have good examples.
Yeah.
Or I want to say good examples, but I have noticed a few things just because of the way that I live sometimes that people really can just look at you and just be like, you must be one of those kind of guys. So one of the things is definitely like, the boy likes cars. So go out, you get a whip, all that kinds of stuff. Like doing things like that definitely brought to light the like, oh man, because I'm hoping that'll be like my life in the future as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, damn, when I get there, is this going to be like the response from just people, which it doesn't necessarily matter as much, but having so many people have this imaginary character or like picture about you in their head where they've never met you or anything, it still rubs me the wrong way. So going out and stuff, like when I'm in Miami, driving the Rari or something like that, and people will always people start driving crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if they just feel like, because you think you're in a nice, like you feel like you can just go past me or something. Even if you're driving regular, bro,
Right.
people will just start driving nuts just to drive you crazy for no reason.
Yeah.
Like they'll start fucking just, I've gotten randomly brake checked before, fucking people just cutting into lanes and like they'll speed up past me and then get in front of me and then like slow me. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get to where I'm going,
right.
dog. This really doesn't matter. Or you pull up somewhere, maybe like to a restaurant and stuff, and I don't want to attribute all of this to just that, but like I've gotten service that's like not as great too. Just people just thinking like, I don't know if they think I'm coming there like maybe because I had valet or something parked in the front, whatever. Like they think like I'm expecting some kind of treatment. And I could just be like, well, is there like room on the patio? And they're like, nah, the patio's booked. Like it would just be obnoxious to the point where I'm just like, either you're like this every day, which is just sad, or you're just doing this because you think that I think I'm some sort of privileged whatever. And I've definitely
they're trying to show you.
Yeah, like bro, you're regular like everybody else, but no one's saying they're above anybody else, but they're just trying to show you, right? So I think in that instance, I've definitely noticed more where it's like people were just not gonna like you for you being you. Doesn't matter. And it's funny because the first story I told, which was the one about them telling me like just how I dressed, and that it's like it really doesn't matter even in what point in your life that you're in, because back then the boy was driving a little Nissan Versa, you know what I mean? The man's still getting hated on it. So at some point I was like, you know what, that's what I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what, definitely fuck some of these people, because I'm just do whatever the fuck I'm trying to do and just live my life, and there's gonna be people hating regardless. So I'll just go about it that way. But to answer the follow-up, I definitely don't use it as fuel just because
it's negative.
It's negative. Like it's just negative energy. At the end of the day, in turn, you doing like all the right things per se will shun some of the enemies off and probably make them aggravated or whatever. But that's just a consequence of the action that you're doing for yourself. I don't think I would ever use the fact that like so many people are counting me out to win, where I think in things like sports, that's a very like common thing where people are like, I'm the underdogs, and that it's like, yo,
Yeah.
I got, and that, and it actually it has like some value in that sense because it does push some people. Like,
Yeah.
they can imagine like MMA where niggas like, yo, I'm the underdog, but I have to come out and prove something.
Yeah.
Like in situations like that, you can't argue that it's definitely.
No, for sure. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it's with some people they don't have any support around them, so like they have to use any type of
use
fuel, even if the fuel
something.
is negative.
Mm.
But like it at the end of the day, it's negative. Like you're if you're feeding into that, like you're using that to like. I feel like it's like a fucking scene from like like a super villain movie or some shit where you like
everyone's,
give in a
shouting
little
them down.
bit. You're like, all right, like this power, like that negative power is way stronger than the positive power. So you let it in a little bit, and it eventually just like consumes you.
Yo,
And now your whole personality is just negative. You
but
know,
it works.
yeah, but it works,
It
and
works.
but at what cost? At what cost now? Because like
At
now
what
you're all
cost?
the stuff that's coming out of your mouth is negative shit. Because you're
Fair.
like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you,
Yeah,
and like it's like at the end of the day, like you're human. Like like whoever's
Yeah.
doing it, you're human too.
You're the
You're gonna
end
go
of
to
the day.
bed at night. You're like fuck, nobody likes me. Like not a sick damn.
a single person, bro.
Yeah, like so
Yeah, that's interesting. Sad and lonely, huh?
yeah. But it works, like you said, it works for some people. I just don't, and I just don't think it works long term. I don't think it should work long term because underdogs, when they win, they, the people start liking them, and if they
Yeah.
don't win, people didn't expect them to win anyway. But to go,
That's fair. Okay.
yeah. But to go into it with the mentality of like, yeah, I'm just like win or lose, fuck everybody, like,
That's a tough
Yeah.
mentality to have.
yeah,
It's kind of badass too, though.
It
It's
is.
like, yo, this, and that's what I'm sure that's what
That's-
attracts the other people that end up
Yeah.
liking, the
It's
character.
lonely.
But that's, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I wanted to pull up a comparison, but it doesn't really. I guess we already lean so much more right. When I was gonna say, how do you feel like, contrary to having so many enemies, how do you feel like having so much positive affirmation from people that you don't know affect you? Because like the enemies, obviously negative affirmation, like telling you,
Yeah.
shutting you down. Maybe you don't use it as fuel, so it might not affect you as much because you don't care. But do you feel like positive affirmations from randoms that you don't know maybe haven't even an effect, or is it still the same thing where it's like, you don't know them, so it is what it is. You don't care.
I think too much of anything is a bad thing.
Okay.
Like having everyone praise you is I feel like I'm sure it'll feel great, but then
Yeah.
like at that point are you just doing everything correctly, or are they just praising you just to praise you because you're like popular, or you're
That
famous,
person,
like
yeah.
because they want to be a part of like your circle, your life, or something like that. And like the same way that like negative energy is like can be used, I feel like you can use positive energy too. Like I feel like using positive energy is definitely better than using negative energy, but
Yeah.
I think I would get very doubtful in my head that like, is everyone really supporting me for like because like on a previous episode we were talking about it, and like you said like when you graduated, people that started coming back in your life, and like everyone's like congratulations, like,
happy
so, like,
for you, but
yeah, but like for you're like a little bit doubtful about it.
that's true.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like too much of anything is bad.
That's fair. You know what's funny when you brought that up? Something that popped up into my head
Yeah.
was there's this show. I'm not sure if you watched it. If you have, the show is crazy. I think it's called The Idol with The Weeknd. If y'all watch it in the comments, leave a comment about how you feel about it, because the sexual tension in that, bro, it's so.
Only
rated-
scene I've seen
rated R.
is like The Weeknd slapping some
Some
guy.
short or a guy
Yeah, he slapped some guy when the guy was like
talking
talking
back
to the
him.
girl. Yeah.
He talking to the bro. It's actually, I'm not gonna lie, which is funny because I don't even watch, and that's one show that I actually completely forgot about. I don't really watch shows like that. When I
Yeah.
do, it's never in that direction. This one definitely had a different take to it, and it was interesting. With like between the sexual tension and just the way there was so much manipulation and like emotional reactivity, the entire thing. I was like, yo, if y'all seen it, yeah, leave a comment about how you feel about the show, The Idol. But the cool thing about it, and just kind of the plot, without trying to give too many spoilers, the girl, she was also in that position where she was getting so much positive affirmation
Yeah.
and like praise, to where where the weekend came in was he was like the one person to just sort of like disband all of that and like look at her true self and like treat her like everybody else, and to the point where he wasn't even treating her like everybody else. He was treating her like a fucking low life kind of thing, and just what it was pretty interesting. It's like a what's it called? What's like the sexual term for it? Is it dominatrix or something like that? It had like that kind of thing
like
to it.
like degrading, like
Yes.
yeah.
Like all of it. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't even know how I managed to stay watching the show, especially when I saw some shit. I was like, this is crazy. Just watching it by myself too, I was like, this is kind of nuts. But no, the show was definitely interesting.
I feel like because I grew up like listening to The Weeknd a lot, and there's always like this mysterious side to The Weeknd
About him, boy, just be.
That's why his music's like to me, I'm like fuck, because his music is almost just like him. It's always him like crying about some shit. That's what I think.
High key.
So I think it's just all him about like like going through some shit. But like I feel like if I watch that show where he's holding like a high power position, I'm like fuck. Like now it's like I just see The Weeknd, like it just fucks up my image of The Weeknd that I have in my head, which is why I haven't seen it. Because I always see it scrolling on it like on like HBO or some shit.
I think it was on HBO. But that's it. I mean, for me, The Weeknd is like he's always kind of been a character doing the most leftward shit or whatever. Like just been on the far end of everything.
Yeah.
So seeing the show, I was like, oh man, like it's just another character he's embodying, and he's actually a really good actor. Really? I think he's a pretty good actor. But
I think it's all right. I definitely gotta check that out.
It's just fun, especially like the amount of sexual tension in the show is crazy.
Watching any show with like a crazy amount of sexual tension,
by
yourself, it's just bro, menacing activities.
I'm like, I literally look around. I'm like, why am I doing this right now? Like, it feels, but
someone
find you a shorty. Hey, find you a shorty.
Yeah,
watch it with.
Shorty.
That'll be pleasing.
I got convinced to watch I'm sure you heard of it. Or at least seen it. The show is called like 365. Okay. Well, if you
365.
Yeah.
Like 365 days in the year.
Yeah, like it's literally. I don't want to give too much. Yeah, but it's like about this girl with this guy. I'm gonna simplify it as much as I can. This girl's with this guy, and she met her. She ran to her ex randomly, who they used to have like crazy ass sex together and stuff. And at one point of the show, bro, it showed like a shower scene. I didn't know like you can show this shit.
Yeah, that you could go that far.
Yeah, on Netflix. But it literally showed his dick, and it was fucking by his knee, bro. I was like, what the? I was like, no, bro. And it was, and like the scenario was like the girl's current boyfriend was like, let me see what this dude is about. So he was following him around.
Oh, not him looking. Like,
and then went to the same gym as him, and like what just happened to saw him in the locker room.
His piece in the locker room,
bro.
Damn, and he's just like, damn, this is what my shorty's been.
Does she even feel my shit?
Heartbreaking.
Does she even feel my
I'll start
shit?
throwing heads. He's
Bro,
not gonna understand why, but we'll start fighting.
Yeah,
we'll start fighting out of nowhere.
I would wait for him to put his clothes back because that shit might hit me back to the like mid swing
fighting, bro.
Nah, might just take my fucking legs out by accident.
No, that's crazy,
bro. Yeah,
that hurts. That hurts to hear for him. Fucking hell.
But that scene is crazy.
365.
Yeah,
nuts. Yeah, we're giving.
I was actually watching it with a shorty.
Oh really?
I've never fast forward so fast.
Oh really? You close her eyes.
I was like, bro, don't fucking look, man.
Oh, look at this,
bro. She's like, is that real? I was like, shut the fuck up.
Is that real? Why are you trying to find out?
Yeah.
You act like you're trying to Google his shit.
I was like, bro.
She said, is that real? Oh man.
I was like, that can't be real. So I Googled it. I was like, is this scene CGI? Nope.
No.
I was like,
damn.
bro.
Oh no.
Yeah, nah. Any movie he's in, she's banned from watching.
Yeah. Yo, that is tragic though. Nah, I can't. I cannot. But just being the person in that show, I can't hear some shit like that or see some shit like that.
Bro, I kill myself.
Nah, bro. I'd be like, no, this is done. It's
Yeah.
over. But that being said, things is a great time transition. We're bringing you guys into our next segment, which we've been running for a little bit. Still waiting on the comments to see how you guys feel, see what the flavor is, all right? But if you're not new here, then you know what time it is. We're going to do the bold cards, and the boy Toast is going to give you a little intro about what it is if you are new here. So,
Yeah. So the bowl cards is a segment we've been integrating into the pod, and it comes with 3 categories: connection, reflection, and perception. We just been doing the black reflection cards and the yellow perception cards. There is the connection card that are white, and I think we're gonna integrate it later on if into the show later. If these questions are too short, because sometimes the question goes really deep.
yeah, to where there's so much.
That's why half of the segment, like half of the time that you guys hear now on the pod is the cards, are the cards. So with that being said, Fawn's gonna go and read off the perception card, and he's gonna answer, and I'll answer.
Oh, this one's interesting. I haven't seen one like this before.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 questions as usual. First question is, why do you think that we met? Second question is, if we could have met in any way, what would have been the coolest? Yeah, why do you think that we met? That's an interesting one.
Damn. Faith.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's really just fate, huh? Why do we think we met? I mean, the actual reason is just mutual friend, right? Boy Matty Chen, who actually just recently proposed to his shorty. Yeah, got engaged to his shorty, so good for him. I haven't seen him in a minute though, but we met because of that kid. It was pretty cool. Very, I was gonna say regular, but that's not the word. Natural is the word. It was very natural in a setting. However, I think it was fate because we had kind of met before and then not really knew each other, all that stuff. Like how we met before the UCO thing. And then you and my brother were friends before and all that stuff. So it was very interesting. It's like I don't even think I really had. I don't know if I have any friends where I met that way, where it's like I had probably seen them before, been like in the same space as them, and we just weren't friends. Go through time and then have like a formal meeting, like an introduction via a mutual friend or something, and then click from there to the point where we're like best men now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's actually very interesting. I think you're the only fella that I know like that. But yeah, why do you think we met? Before we get into the second question.
Yeah. Again, I know I jokingly said it, but it was faith for me, because like I don't even talk to Matt much now.
People like that?
Yeah, like because
Matt, same.
Yeah, I don't even talk to Matt like that much now. But at the time I was hanging out with Matt a lot, and like so how we met was we literally Matt used to work. I don't know if he still does, but Matt worked at Topgolf.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, and he was invited me one day like randomly. So I showed up. Fawn was there, and I think we were just talking about like tech stuff for like the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
2.5 hours, and I was like, "Yo," like it was. Even though that was our first time meeting, like I felt like I feel like because we're natural like conversationists, like it's just it just kind of flow. And honestly, I don't have a lot of friends that are in the tech like that anyway. So I was like, oh shit, like that's cool. And I think it's like, and I know the question is like why?
Yeah, that's
why.
hard.
I think sometimes just like anything, like life just happens, and like I know people take that like usually apply that to like negative scenarios, but I think in this case like it just happened.
Positive.
Yeah, it just happened, and like, and I don't think there's like any particular reason why. I think there is a why to why we kept hanging out.
Yeah.
After,
okay.
Because like, even though I knew Doe at the time, we weren't like super close yet. We were just like studying a lot together for a class. But as time went on, like when we got to know each other more, our hobbies were like lining up a little bit more. Like even though you were studying for med school and whatnot, like our gaming, like we started gaming a lot together.
Yeah.
I mean, this man put me on the Rainbow Six Siege, so
we're about to be running it tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, not any particular reason as to why, because I can't explain the whys and why.
Yeah,
in
why
life.
certain shit happens. That's
Yeah.
me too. It's like I also don't try to question it too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like even if there is an explanation, like I try to let it, like I enjoy that natural being of how it happened and it just being that way, you know?
Yeah.
So that's fair. The second question was, if we could have met in any way, what would have been the coolest? What is the coolest way to meet somebody? I don't know.
I feel like the question is like the first one is like it wants you to go deep, and then the second one is just like brings you back up to like
So that's just
like
like,
what's the
yeah.
coolest way to meet somebody?
I don't know. It'll be like, I feel like it's so for guys, and then I think we should also do it for. What do you think would be the coolest way to meet a chick? Because I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But for us, I think it'd probably be like some manly thing. Like imagine we were like at a shooting range or something, and it was like you had like some Smith and Wesson or something, and I'm like, yo, what's that? And I'm like, yo, no, this is my my casual sniper little Card 90, and then we're just like doing something like that to where we just kind of bond that way, like just something very masculine would have been cool. Either that or
Damn it! I pinched it. I pinched the inside of my hand.
in another life if we were just fucking. I mean, we're into cars now, but imagine we could have been like Fast and Furious type shit, where it's like street racing, and they just met each other in like the underground type shit. And it's just like, yo, this is my guy because that's a nice way, whatever. I feel like those would have been, in my experience or my perspective, like cool to like meet a friend that way and then become close because we're both fucking drifting in street corners doing illegal shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like that type of stuff would be cool.
Okay.
Can he drive? Can he drive?
But
Wait, for me, okay, the coolest way. This is the scenario. Yeah,
all right,
the Vietnamese ambassador, his
okay,
daughter just got kidnapped, right?
son, yeah.
And I'm with the Vietnamese special force.
Oh, and I'm with like
A
MI6
special
or
agent?
something? Yeah, go ahead.
And they fly me into America, and then you're with the FBI,
Yo,
and they just put on that same case. And then we're just
Yo.
I'm just describing the plot to Rush Hour.
He's so fucking goofy. I was like, yo, over here, like, oh shit.
But and then we just work the case
Literally.
together and we solve the case.
Literally, then we boys are rolling from there.
Yeah, and then there's Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3. You know? So,
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yo, nah, that's actually hella funny. I was following, I was like, nah, that can't be.
that sounds familiar.
I was like, nah, that sounds sick as fuck, but that's because fucking Jackie's already done that shit. Yo, really? Damn.
No, but yeah, coolest way. I feel like if we just like ran like a 2-man at the bar or something
Without knowing each
without
other?
knowing each other.
Yeah, two shorties?
Yeah.
Two like nice ass girls.
Mhm.
Nothing's cooler than being a fucking spy.
Yeah.
Doing that type of shit. Meaning like again, I say MI6 because I enjoy like that franchise.
Yeah.
But like James Bond type shit where it's just you're just in a random remote town, but you're only there for a certain mission, and it's like how he always meets a lady at a bar.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then she ends up somehow being tied into something, and she's like the daughter, or like it's always her being the girlfriend or the side piece of the fucking POI, but she doesn't like him, so now
Yeah.
she likes me because I'm fucking clean in a suit with a gun
Would you mind if I asked you a business question?
type shit. I don't know. James Bond levels.
Yeah. What is
But-
I honestly, what is the coolest way to meet a chick? I feel like I don't
Reality?
meet chicks that
In
very
reality, yeah, I don't know.
much, very often. Her car's on fire, and I pull her out. We make eye contact as I'm running with her in my hand.
That'll be scenic.
Scenic.
That'll be scenic. Nothing more. What else is she gonna say? He saved my life from a car fire, and that's you guys' story that you tell your kids and everybody from then on.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. I'll give you that. Yeah. I'm with it. Okay. Fair enough. That was a pretty sick one.
With
I
a
don't
hero
have any-
mentality.
Huh?
I'm not running to no burning
Like,
cars.
mad heroic.
Yo.
I'll be like, yo, I'll call the police and firefighters. Somebody else will be carrying her.
I'll throw this water bottle on her while she's working.
But that's fair. Nice perceptions. I'm gonna let you go ahead with the
Yeah.
reflections card.
So reflection. Two questions as well. So these cards usually have two questions that are kind of related to each other. Sometimes they're just not.
Yeah, sometimes
At all.
it's mad random.
Yeah. So this reflection card is, what did you learn about marriage from your parents? Is the first question. And second question is actually very interesting. What is your view on monogamy and open relationships?
Ooh.
What is your view on monogamy and open relationships? Okay.
So marriage from the parents. From my parents, it's gonna be kind of streamlined and boring, but that's how I sort of like.
Yeah.
I like that it's that way. It wasn't anything outlandish or drastic, which I think is actually the false perception a lot of people have about marriage now. Is
Yeah.
that marriage needs to be this thing where, from the point of you getting married to the grandiose everything, to marriage being like this all committal, like we have to love each other, we have to make sure this, and this. I think I learned from them that it's not. It's actually very simple, and when it's not
Yeah.
simple, it's more than being grandiose in an overly affectionate way. It's actually more. It's actually the opposite. It's more draining and tiring and
Yeah.
hard.
Overcompensating for
Yeah.
something.
Exactly, than anything. So I think that's what I learned from my parents is, one, to actually try whenever I get to that stage to keep that alive in that way, to where I keep my expectations to things are going to be hard. This is going to hopefully last forever, and as such, and just needs that much more attention and real real life care, like a very reality checked care. Like we can't be like everything, as I think we've said this before, like everything fades, right? Like when the love fades, when all this stuff fades, like what are you doing it for, and all that kinds of stuff. And then keep that mindset or keep that goal in your mind, and just be like, yo, this is from this point on, it's the two of us versus the world, really.
Yeah.
Like, of course you're gonna have support, you're gonna have friends, but it's like none of that should really impact what your marriage is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I would say I've learned from my
Yeah.
parents as far as marriage. I don't also have conversations with them regularly about it, which I think would be a good thing. And if some of you guys out there, you can leave it in the comments as far as what you learned from your parents regarding marriage. But I don't necessarily talk to them or inquire about it either.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that'd be nice to do. So we'll see. We'll see if we get there.
I think once you get closer to
The age,
or not even
like
the age, or
but
like
wanting
when
to
when you
do
find
it.
a partner that you're like, okay, I might sit down to have like the talk with the girl about being more serious and whatnot. I feel like that's
Okay.
I think that's when your parents would come in and tell you, things you
This is this.
need to know. But
That's fair.
I feel like even though you say like keep it simple, whatever, I feel like you're not a simple person when it comes to relationships. You do a lot for your partner, and like y'all always traveling and like doing stuff with your partner. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna like I feel like once you find that balance,
The
it's gonna
balance would be good,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gonna be dope.
I guess that is true. It just definitely needs to make sure the balance is established, because it's not going to be that the whole time. That's the false.
yeah.
That's what we don't want people to like expect. We don't
Yeah.
want people to expect that's going to be like that. I definitely do want to do some stuff like that, but
Yeah,
end of the day, keep it simple. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's important. For me, what did I learn about my parents' marriage? Love is not enough. Love is not enough.
I would agree.
Love was never enough. Compatibility is not enough. They had to build up a very high tolerance, especially my mom. My mom had to build up a very high tolerance to be with my dad. Because my dad pretty much did everything at one point in his life a husband was not supposed to do.
Okay.
And she stuck through it because for the kids, for
For
myself and my sister. But if I can take away anything from them, it's like love is not enough, and if you stick through it long enough, like it'll be okay.
It'll be
Okay, because I mean a lot of the memories I have of them when I was younger are just them fighting.
okay.
So them fighting. One of my earliest memories was my dad coming home really drunk.
Intoxicated?
Yeah, and my mom was pregnant with my sister at the time, and I just remember them like being physical. And I remember the first time it happened, I was just balled up in like a little corner, like watching it, screaming. I'm 4. I think I'm 3 or
Yeah.
4. I'm not knowing. I don't know what to do. 4, 3, 4, or 5. It's like blurring, but um, I don't know what to do. So, but the second or third time it happened, I think, in those little moments like that, I'm happy now. I'm glad looking back that I found courage to like do something.
Mm.
But I remember that I think like I think this third time I like actually got up and ran to the door and opened the doors for like my neighbors and my grandparents to like come in and like
Oh yeah.
help like my mom. Um, but she stuck around like with him, and even and I built up a lot of resentment towards my dad, or like I built like, and I'm
Yeah.
working through a lot of it, and now we have a much better relationship, and he's a very, very good man at heart.
Fair. Yeah.
And the vices that he deals with, the issues that he has, they're all coping mechanisms for how his parents weren't there for him. Yeah, because
Yeah.
my grandparents got divorced on my dad's side very early, pretty early in his life, and he just never had the support because both of them moved to the U.S. So
Oh yeah.
he was just in Vietnam, poor by himself. So he's picking up habits.
Everything that
Yeah,
he.
very young. Like started smoking and drinking when he was like 10, 11.
Mm.
So I don't blame him at all. I think we do have to be accountable for our own choices we
Yeah.
make in life, and I think at the end of the day, like I think he has done that. I think so I don't blame him. I blame the circumstances that he was put in.
Mm.
But like marriage is tough, like especially tough when you don't have support. Especially
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, when they moved here, it was I remember it being very tough on them. I remember like almost every Sundays the only days they have off. Still that's still the same way. But it's the only days they're really spending time together, and we're spending time together as a family. So, but I remember them fighting a lot. Just me sitting in the back seat, and my dad's driving, my mom is sitting in the passenger, and them just screaming at each other. And I got so used to it that I'm like, whatever. But
It is
looking
what
back
it
on
is.
it now, like I wish I had more courage and wisdom to like speak
Say
up
something.
and intervene in some type of way. But hindsight's 2020, you
Yeah.
know. So I'm just hoping my sister don't remember a lot of it because she was young enough. I just like I think if I ever get married, which is one of the reasons why I like tell myself like I'm not gonna get married, like because like I don't want to have that kind of marriage to where like one party is just like my mom's coping mechanism with the whole thing is like yeah in Buddhism there's like we believe in reincarnation, and her whole thing she always tells me is like
It'll be better. Go
yeah
ahead.
like last lifetime him and I were probably together, and our faith did not run its course, so now I just owe him this life again. um
That's
so
interesting.
yeah, but I don't want my partner to say that about me, like you're with me because you feel like you owe me something
Yeah,
from
from
the
something
past life,
from-
like. And he's not a romantic person, like he never takes my mom on like dates or anything, like, and I don't because she's never taught, he's never seen it, like I'm just happy that he's in a much better position now, like to where he's like the vices that he do have that he's still dealing with, they're not just consuming him and his personality.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's fair. That's very tough to hear, though. I was gonna ask too when you said how you feel like that's gonna impact you and what you want, which I guess is what the question in the card is saying, but what you would want to learn or carry into a marriage of your own. But you're already saying like you're not feeling the whole marriage thing, anyways.
yeah. I mean, it's just because like I don't think I'm gonna find a woman as good as my mom. Like
Mm.
the way my mom is for my dad,
Yeah.
Like, and it's on me too to be a good partner. It's on me too to like. I just hope that I just don't know if I can like I can just be like the best because I my some of my person like I it's hard not to take after your parent, like, you know,
Yeah.
your dad. It's hard, like, even if you know their bad tendencies, like even if you know like their bad habits, like when I'm really angry, like I can see like a little bit of him in me, like in like how I'm like reacting to certain things, like overreacting or like just like shelling up and like feeling like everyone's against me when I'm fighting with my partner, or like my partner's not understanding
Interesting.
me, like.
Okay.
So until I figure that out, until I'm 100% like, okay, like the trauma that I had, the baggage that I carried with me because of whatever happened in my childhood is
Yeah.
not is not something that like affecting me now. Until then, I don't even think about marriage.
That's fair. And I mean, that's proper though. It's like you shouldn't,
Yeah.
just to simply put, like, definitely. And I think that's a lot of thing that some other people do is that they want it. They want to get into it and they feel like they'll figure it out when they get there, or they feel like their partner will be that person to help them figure it out for themselves. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, why don't you just get handle your baggage before you pull into something like that? Because
Yeah.
marriage is gonna have its own weight and its own new set of everything
Yeah.
that it's gonna come with, right? So it's like, yeah, you don't. I can understand not wanting to carry that in, but okay.
Yeah. And it's
Pretty
like,
tough.
yeah. And my, you know, again, I just want to reiterate, like, my dad is a very good person. Like he
Yeah.
loves, he put his kids above everything else. I think if it wasn't for my sister and I, like,
His lifestyle would have probably been different.
he would have spiraled a long time ago. I think he kept it together enough just to get by for us. So like, I'm sure with the addiction he dealt with, he deals with, like, that's a hard thing to do on its own. So I appreciate him like putting in that effort. I just but you know, like, everyone only has so much energy, mental energy.
Yeah, man.
So like when
It's only
if
so
you're
much.
yeah, so if he's like dealing with all his mental energy is dealing with that, there's not much left for the fam. But we understand that, so I don't
Yeah.
hold it against him. I just, like, everyone has their cards that dealt in life, and like they were just the cards.
Yeah.
I'm grateful because it teach me to be more aware of who I am, how I'm dealing with, like, how I'm interacting with somebody, how I am in relationships. It doesn't. There's no excuse for me. There's no excuse for me to be a bad
Yeah,
partner.
that type of person. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I know it's wrong. I've seen it. So if I start exhibiting those behaviors, it's completely on me. There's no like,
Yeah.
this is, I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know that was, like, I know.
That's fair.
So
Okay. Yeah, that one's tough. Again, these questions be getting deep, man.
yeah, right.
But the second one, what was the second? Something about monogamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your view on monogamy and open relationships?
View on monogamy and open relationships is open relationships is a no for me, dog. We're just talking about the 365
Yeah.
show. Come on, bro. Come on. I walk into the gym and then I see that, and that's what the open relationship has been dealing with.
It can be open for me, not for the girl.
Relax. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I was kidding.
At the very least, if that's how I want to keep it, open relationships not for me. I'm lover boy all the way.
Yeah.
So I'm already in tune. Like, once I find that one person, it's already, and I think I've said this before, hard for me to just be conversating, getting to that point with multiple people. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
how it starts out, right? But it's like, there's a period where it's just like, I don't want to deal with anyone else in this manner.
Mhm.
Like, this just needs to be me and you. So I'm team monogamy all the way. For just that reason, as well as the fact that I do want to end up getting married someday. I'm not gonna be married to 12 women, so like, yeah, nah. I'm not. It's like it's literally, I'm not gonna be married to more than one person anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm already drifting in that mindset. But to solidify it further, it's just, I also can't even, if it was offered to me, I don't think I'd be able to to manage it. Like it's already dealing with one woman.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough, bro.
Like, whose
Why
bed
are
you
we-
sleeping in at night?
dog? Like the whole thing, the whole shebang of
Yeah.
having to deal with multiple females at a time does not sound enticing. Like in
Yeah.
that manner, as far as like, because when we're talking monogamy and polygamy or whatever, polygamy, however you pronounce it here,
Look at me, yeah.
yeah, it's like you're talking long term. Like this isn't just you being young and stupid and living your life and fucking sleeping around and shit.
Yeah.
It's polygamy because it's multiple relationships that you're having. Dog, I am no man for that because I will be tired after the first two ladies. As far as like the emotional and mental capacity I'd have to deal with from both of them. Yeah, it's not.
So you do 2 ladies, max.
do like 3 max.
3 man. Okay.
Nah. If I had to, if they're forcing me, we could do like 3
My hands are
max.
tied. I can't.
The
They're
hands
forcing
are,
me.
If their hands are tied and I had to do it multiple, and they
Yeah.
said how many? I'd be like 3 max, bro.
Yeah. If you had to, yeah, you
If I had to,
You had to.
3 max. But
Wow. What a
He
good guy
said,
you
wow.
are. Yeah, that's some
he
sacrifices
said,
you're making.
wow, they're
Yeah.
forcing me, right? But nah.
No,
all about
that's-
one lady though, for real. Just can't. There's just no headroom.
It's hard to get
wanna
one lady
those
now.
Feelings, huh?
It's hard to get one lady now.
I mean, yeah, it is hard to get even one
Yeah.
now, but you know, hopefully it. What am I trying to say? Hopefully I want to say it stays that way. I mean, I've already said like I'm in the space where I do want it to, or rather, I want to just kind of be by myself now. Not by myself, but have my space, not jump into any relationships because your man's always been in a relationship for as long as I can think about. So yeah, we'll keep it without one lady now, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very most, it's like I cannot no open relationship, no anything besides monogamy. So
Yeah. True.
what are you saying?
that.
You dealing with all these shorties? You
Yeah, if I have to. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
For me, like, I feel like monogamy is definitely like the way to go as well. I'm not just saying that because Shorty's watching, but
He said because shorty's
No,
watching,
but,
crazy. Leave a
um,
comment.
yeah, leave a comment. No,
Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, in my culture,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of Vietnamese guys have multiple wives. Yeah, there's like the Vietnamese term is like ya bé ya nhỏ, like ya bé ya lớn, like so it translates to literally like the big wife and little wife. So the big wife's like the one that you're
Like the number
the
one.
first, yeah, the first
first,
one,
yeah.
and then so and so. But I personally, open relationships to me just almost sounds gross, like.
Okay.
Yeah, like imagine you're like you and your girl like you're like about to like get into it, like about to do the
Do some
deed,
stuff.
and she's like, I'm kind of sore, and you're like,
I'm kind of sore
I mean,
already. She's already
she already
had the
had
servicing for today.
exactly.
She had
So,
service A and service B today already.
yeah, that just sounds kind of gross to me. But I wouldn't mind like I wouldn't mind having. I wouldn't mind like it's like a small thing, but like
You wouldn't mind having the side pieces?
yeah, not side pieces,
Pieces.
yo, but like being in like a trio, like two
Two
girls.
women that
Yeah.
like you,
Yeah,
or you guys are actually all openly in this thing together.
yeah. Even for like I feel like long term, because I feel like y'all can split the the chores around the house. you know, like-
It would be easier on you guys.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
one of you is bored, go hang out with each other. Let me game, man. Let me do my other
Go
shit.
hang out with each other is
Yeah.
crazy. That's fair though, because in Cameroon that's a thing. Like people, the Fawn, the Chiefs, they have multiple wives. And
Yeah.
it's just a thing. But
Yeah, I feel like it could be fun, like
Mm.
just to just to try it. But
I'm trying to imagine a household where my multiple wives are there. It's just obviously doesn't have to be who you're married to, but
Yeah.
it's just for the sake of it. There's gonna be fights, bro. You know that. You know there's gonna be.
yeah,
Like,
because
you've been-
that
you've-
front, like no one's sitting in the front seat. Everyone's sitting in the back seat. Both y'all sitting in the back seat.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, right? It's like everyone's
Right.
gonna be like, but she sat in the front seat like the last 2 times. She's in the front seat again.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, you slept in her bed, or she slept in your bed
Yeah.
the last 3 nights. Like,
That's
we're,
when we
we're
just
supposed to
all
make this
gotta-
1 and 1. What
yeah.
are we?
At that point, we just all gotta sleep in the same bed.
Nah, they're not all gonna want
Yeah.
to. Well, maybe they will. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're in an open relationship, give us your insight.
Yeah,
How's it
open
work?
relationship, or if you're in a relationship that's not monogamous, like if you're in like a
Mhm.
trio or like a quad, you know, what I mean, we
Yeah.
sound like fucking running like war zones and shit. You're running trios or
trios?
duos. If you're not running duos,
Yo, we running trio duels or quads,
Yeah.
man. No, that's fair. Definitely. But yeah, so I think definitely, yeah. Running trios and quads. That's that's a skill for the man that
Yeah.
are like prestige up
Yeah,
there, bro.
yeah.
I'm just a
with all
casual.
with
I'm
all
out of
the
sweat.
attachments unlocked.
Yeah, with all the attachments,
Yeah.
they have the keys to everything, and they have the actual equipment to handle that. I'm not equipped. I'm
Yeah.
not a sweat. I like it nice, casual, and simple. So
yeah. I've never
so-
been in like an actual like relationship with like where 2 girls knew about each. That sounds right. That sounds like
Sounds
I'm just
crazy.
hiding shit. No,
But yeah,
I've never
where they knew each other, right?
they knew-
right.
yeah,
Where
they didn't know each other.
You,
No,
yeah,
no.
you were in the ones where they didn't know. Yeah.
But that was
How did that work?
back then. Yeah, but
In the days,
I feel like more and more. I feel like more and more like girls are like open to that kind of things these days, especially like
interesting.
because like everyone's looking. Especially the gold diggers. Like, oh, I don't care if you have another one as long as you can take care of me.
You're not wrong though. You're not wrong. They're definitely. I wouldn't. I feel like it's not out of preference, but
Yeah.
again, they're just putting up with it. They're like, oh, but I mean, I don't care that you have a girlfriend. I'll still be here, which is just the side piece mentality.
Yeah.
Which, at the end of the day, again, the 2 ladies or 3 or however many wouldn't know about each other,
Yeah.
or rather 1 or 2 of the parties wouldn't know. Like
Yeah.
the main chick wouldn't know about the other ones.
Yeah.
But the other side pieces are like, it is what it is. We
Mhm.
can go get dinner. We have sex. It's cool. You can
Yeah.
go back to your lady and do all that over there. But as long as you come back to me and treating me right, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, huh. So definitely a thing that I think women are much more open to. And I know that, social media and everything, mandem are more so on the end of, oh, I'm looking at this girl. I'm gonna just wait till they break up. As soon as they break up, mandem are in the DMs going crazy. So I know that's a thing for sure. But
Yeah, that's some.
that's the angle. That's some, yeah.
Nah, that's a little too. That's a little too. I don't know. Like waiting for someone to end the
Waiting for
relationship.
people to end their relationship
it's
so you can
just
swoop in is nuts.
That's why like girls that I'm dating, I'm like, bro, if someone's in your DM, if someone's like liking your shit, and if someone
Yeah,
like
he's all
flagging
up
up on your
there.
story and stuff, and like they hit me with the, oh, we're just friends, like he knows like I have a guy. I'm like, that's not how guys think.
Nah,
Not
fam.
how guys
That's literally not how it works. Unless y'all are genuinely friends.
Yeah.
Man's is just waiting his turn, which is crazy
But like,
to me.
what is genuinely friends? You know, like what do you mean? Like
You have
because
female friends. Do you have female friends?
I have female friends.
Aye, that's friends.
Yeah, but okay, so
Only to that level. Like, you know the level. That's why I'm like, you have
so you wouldn't. I'm not gonna even ask that, but
what? I wouldn't let her have.
so like if I feel like okay, we both have female friends, yeah, but
Mhm.
there are certain female friends that we have, but that we would, I feel like would give a chance to. You don't?
Mm-mm.
If
Because
you were
most
se-
of my female friends are. The way I've really gotten friends with most of my female friends is like my man's has been there already, so that takes it
Oh.
off the market.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's different.
at least for my close female friends, and then every
Yeah.
other female friend, it's gonna be what it is. It's not they're not attractive to me.
Mm.
So like, there's already that barrier where it's like I
That's-
wouldn't give a pass to because I don't want to be there,
Yeah,
or like I want her to give me a pass to someone else that she knows. So they're
that's
not
true.
attracted to me. I don't
That's-
think there's, and I don't think, which adds to your point. Like, I get your point. If they're fine and it's just been free game, why are we just friends? Yeah.
Well, because some circumstantial. Sometimes like you were in a relationship, she was in a relationship, and like the timing is just not there. Timing wasn't, and then timing wasn't
after
there.
everyone's out of a relationship.
Yeah, everyone's out of a relationship. Like you've been single long enough, she's single long enough, and y'all can go to a
Exactly.
bar.
It
Or
goes
something.
back to like, why are we just, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like it's
I guess if you built that rapport at that stage, and it stays that way. But definitely easier to get messy with, I think, at that
It's
level.
yeah, it's very it's like it's one of those things that you have to recognize that like, oh, like this even though she's my friend, like I'm not even trying to, like, she's not that close of a friend, like
Yeah, she
like
can't
like
be that close. She
acquaintance
can't be.
friend level,
Yeah.
like yeah, not like oh, like this is someone I'm inviting to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, fair. That's true. Yeah, all my friends, either you ugly, which is cool,
Yeah.
or like they've been with somebody that's like, yo, that's my man, so it's
Yeah.
immediately off the market for me, and I just wouldn't even think about it. But-
That's gross.
That being said, let us know, man. Let us know what you guys think about the monogamous situations. If you guys are for it, if you're not for it, leave the tips, because someone in the comments, someone listening wants to know how to get to that level of having the multiple women, bro. If that's what you're doing, because it's not a common thing these days. You might think it's common because you're in that boat. It's not. So go ahead and leave a comment, and make sure that comment's being left on the YouTube, on the Spotify. I don't think Apple Podcasts does comments, but leave a 5-star rating up there. Make sure you like the video, notification bell, so you know when the boys are on. Because why would you want to miss a beat? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, we appreciate you guys. Again, let us know how you're liking the bold cards. I love the questions today.
Yeah,
The questions today, yeah, they definitely slapped. But we'll keep it 100, and we'll make sure that you guys tune in next time, because that's what we do. So
Yeah.
we'll catch y'all later. Take it easy. Peace.